And we are going. What is going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Orange Dungeon today, giving it to you real raw rugged. And I have a very special guest on the other line. I'll let him introduce himself. Who do we have here today?
JMSN.
How you doing today, man?
I love it. You call yourself young God?
That's what the people say, you know.
Amazing.
Hey, man, how you doing today, though, man?
I'm good. I'm good.
You know, you probably don't remember this, but this is our second interview.
No, I do remember. Yeah,
You got
I
you. I
do.
remember vividly what I remember because it was a phone interview. I made
hmm
you laugh. I remember making you laugh because
Yeah.
I forget which video it was, but you had an all red outfit, and I said you look like you like an unpeeled shrimp, and you thought that was pretty funny, and you liked that one. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah. How do you not laugh at that?
hey man, that was a velvet when that came out 2017,
Yeah. 2018. Yeah. Yeah.
18. So what is that? 4 years ago at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of time has passed, man. What's been going on?
Just making music, man. Making music. Always just making music. Just trying to make new stuff, better stuff, you know, all that stuff.
Hey, you have the most like calming voice. Like you have like Mr. Rogers-esque voice, I feel like. I don't know if you get that a lot,
Like
but
talking or singing?
talking, just
Oh,
like right now.
talking.
Like I feel like you have a very like I can read you an audiobook type of voice. You
Wow.
really do.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that a lot, but
Would
I
would you ever get into like have you ever thought about like voice acting or anything of that type of sort?
haven't thought of it. No, no. I mostly think about music. Um, thought about making a movie at one point,
Mm.
or but I would have to write it first, so we'll see.
A movie based around an album or just a straight up movie?
No, just a movie, yeah. But this problem is I don't have an idea, so there's no movie.
That's interesting. I feel like it's half and half. I feel like it's a lot of artists who just kind of like zoned in on the music. Then there's other half of artists that want to put their hands in like 30 different ventures or whatever. Are you just
Yeah,
the
yeah,
artist like kind of focusing on music?
yeah. I can't spread myself too thin because then I won't get anything done. So I have to focus. Otherwise, I could get that ADD going and I'll just get nothing done. So what works for me is focusing on one thing for sure.
Gotcha. Is music the first love of yours?
Yeah, oh yeah, the only.
Mm.
I like other things and maybe eventually could learn to love them at a different point in time. Who knows? But it's everything is based around music. I mean, throughout my day, just yeah, everything that I take in from life, I just think about it in terms of music. So it's weird. It's a curse and a blessing. I've wrote about that before. Hey, baby, come here. Baby, hey, chill. Come on, come on. My dog.
You're
He's
fine.
going
Shout out to the
crazy on the
dogs.
other dog. Yeah, I got two dogs.
What type?
Baby, come on. What up?
What type?
This one's a Dalmatian mix. See, he's got his spots and everything, but he's a little. I feel like he's like a Dalmatian mixed with a little wolf or something.
How old is he?
He's 3 now, maybe a little under 3. So he's still got a lot of energy.
Gotcha. No, I think that's interesting though that you say like that's like your first and only love, music. Like that
Yeah,
was the thing that identified because I feel like as a kid, like we get introduced to a lot of our interests young, either if it's sports, music,
yeah,
whatever that
yeah.
may be or whatever. So like, do you remember like what age or what like grade you were where you first were like, well, it's a little bit more than a like I actually love this thing.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what age, but um I mean, I know I took piano super early and I didn't like that. And because I didn't like practicing, but that was like everything. I never liked practicing, but when I about like 12 years old, when I started recording stuff, I felt like recording was fun.
Mm.
And the thing about recording is when you're actually doing it and making stuff, you are practicing, but it didn't feel like practice, so that's what I gravitated towards. And then I started guitar at 10, and I thought that was cooler than piano, so I got into it a little bit more, and it didn't feel like practice because I was just learning songs that I liked. So, when it doesn't feel like practice, I feel like is when you really get the chance to love it. And then later you realize, oh shit, yeah, I've been practicing, but to take it to a next level, I got to actually practice stuff that's hard to play or hard to do. And then but at first when you're a kid, you don't practice. I don't want to practice. Nobody does.
Yeah, I was in a symphonic band and I played the trombone. Did not
Yeah.
want to practice when I got home. When I got
Oh
home,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
over. It's almost like work, like when you're at work, you don't want to bring your work home type of thing. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
leave
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there. So I did
Yeah. I
not.
remember. Yeah. When I was in middle school, and I was playing trumpet. So yeah, I remember that. Which I can still play. I bought one recently because I was like, shit, I could like put this in some songs and stuff. So I actually played on Guilty Conscience on the
Really?
record. That those horns are me playing.
I want to talk about live instrumentation, so it's funny you bring that up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's cool that you got back into that because I've been thinking about it recently. Like, man, I want to get back into the trombone. Like, I need to buy me a trombone, and because
Yeah. I mean, why not?
yeah, like why not? I
Yeah.
love the brass section. Is there an instrument that you don't know how to play that you think is really cool though, but you just don't know how to play?
Piano. Piano.
Piano, really?
Yeah. I mean, I can play like very, like beginner level, but if I could like really play, man, that would be a dream come true. But the thing is, it's like I ne- I never wanted to put in the work practice, and like I wish that my mom would have forced me to keep playing piano, but she wasn't like that. And so, but maybe if I would have been forced to play piano, I wouldn't have got into guitar. Who knows? So everything happens for a reason, but it's my fault I don't know how to play piano is what I'm trying to say.
And literally like 5 feet away from me, I have a keyboard right here. And
Yeah.
I wish I knew how to play it like really well because I
Yeah.
look at somebody like Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles, I'm like they're
Oh my
blind.
God.
They can't even
Yeah.
see, and they're like, it's a beautiful instrument. You are
Killing it. Yeah.
you- you-
Yeah. I recently tried to take piano lessons. I think like 4 or 5 years ago, and I was going strong practicing for maybe a couple months, and then again, I just it kind of fell off, and I stopped practicing and didn't go anywhere. So it's a hard instrument to play. I mean, it's easy in theory because it's literally just it's one of the easiest because you're just pressing down
Mhm.
buttons. Like guitar is like it's hard to press down keys and get the right tone and stuff if you don't know how to do it. But like piano, you could literally go like that and you're making noise and it's just how it should sound. But to get to the next level and play like with feeling and stuff to where you're not thinking about it, that's takes a lot of work.
I played guitar for 6 months was not for me. The fret
No.
movement is just it's just
Yeah, it's hard.
too
It's
much.
hard.
It's a lot. But
Yeah.
it's the coolest instrument I feel like ever that's like the most underused instrument, definitely like modern like contemporary music. Man, the
Bass
bassoon is
guitar.
beautiful, man. The
What is
bassoon,
it?
the
Oh,
bassoon.
bassoon. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love the bassoon.
Yeah. The oboe.
Oboe,
That's a
shout
good
out to the
one
oboe
too.
as well. Shout out to the
Yeah.
oboe.
Yeah,
There's
there's
there's this artist that you have to check out. Her name is Spelling. She dropped a very
spelling.
Spelling with three L's. She dropped a very, very good album last year called The Turning Wheel. And the
Hmm.
usage of bassoons on there is
Really?
insane. I mean, it's almost a bassoon on like, every song. Like it's a song called Little Deer, and the best way I can explain that, it sounds like Bambi on DMT. So if
Mhm.
that interests anybody, you should go check that out. She's very, very talented. But yeah, man, the instrumentation on your album, crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
the the strings
Oh yeah, yeah.
on the Donde Está song. I mean, that's
Right.
such a hey, that's beautiful. Did you have like a live orchestra come in, or how was that arranged?
Yeah. Well, how I usually do it is I get one one girl who plays the violin and we stack them. And then if I need cello, I have another girl that plays the cello. And if I need viola, there's somebody else who plays viola. So it all depends on what the song needs. That specifically, I feel like we just used violin, maybe cello. I would have to listen again. I don't remember, but yeah, it's just one person, and then I'll tell her what to play, and then we just play it over and over again and stack that part, and then move on to the next part, and so we put it all together to sound like a big orchestra just playing this stuff.
Hey, it sounded beautiful. And
Thank
one thing I love about instruments is that instruments don't need words to have like a story being told. Like you could listen to a orchestra play a 12-minute song and your mind is like, envision the story. Like with this album, uh I had a story already going. I'm pretty sure this isn't the story, but I made up my own story just listening.
Oh no, I heard the story. Are you talking about the cartel one? And
Oh, you seen the review?
yeah, yeah. See, my mom sent me this. She was laughing her ass off to your review, and I she sent me that part specifically, and I was like, oh my god, it's too good.
Shout out to moms, man. I love
She
like
was
when I heard it
laughing.
because it was what did I get myself into? And I'm like, okay, well, he
Yeah.
must have met a very beautiful Latina, got captured by her father who's in the cartel, and then
Yeah.
Donde Estas is where you're trying to explain yourself, like, hey, I'm a good guy.
Yeah.
Love that, man. The strings, it's like telling a
Yeah.
full story, man. Hey,
Yeah.
bravo,
That's amazing.
bravo, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's funny. Yeah, she sent me that for sure. We were laughing.
Hey man, shout out to moms, man. What was the I guess inspiration to make a song in Spanish?
Well, I made that guitar part, and when I made it, I was kind of singing in like a Spanish accent, like the melody, because it just gave me that feel. And then I tried to make words in English, and I was like, this doesn't feel right, because like it feels like it needs to be sang, with that sentiment. So I just did Spanish. I was like, let's go.
Beautiful, man. When did you learn to speak Spanish?
I'd been doing Duolingo on tour for a couple years. So, I still don't know it too well, but I surprised myself at how well I knew it enough to write something,
Mm.
So that was cool for
That
sure.
that was definitely I feel like one of my favorite moments from the is it what is it, the interlude then goes into Donde Estás? So like the intro
Yeah,
going
yeah,
into
it's
that.
like yeah, it's like the interludes, like the intro of the song. Yeah.
I'm always interested about like what makes artists do certain things like that. Like what made you split it up into the interlude instead of just making that like a part of the actual song?
Because I just felt like it was its own thing, and it was so long, and I didn't want to, like, when it's in front of a song and it's just the intro, you worry about how long it is, because you're like, oh, I don't want to have people wait this long to get to the song. So when you split them in two, you can have freedom to make it as long as you feel it needs to be, you know what I mean? So I did that. And I originally, it was just like, because the song, uh it started like right when I started singing. I was like, oh, I gotta put a little intro. So I like started making the string intro, and I was like, oh shit, this could be like a whole part.
Hmm.
And then so I just went, and it turned into like a 3.5 minute like build up of an intro kind of thing. And I was like, oh yeah, this needs to be its own thing for sure.
And when you speak of movies, I can see that being in a movie, like just that
Yeah.
build up being in like a long, dramatic, like intense scene where it's like the climax builds up and at the very
Yeah.
like and it just
Yeah.
explodes.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That
yeah,
would be amazing for sure.
that sounds beautiful. I have a
Hmm.
question because you talked about like the length of the songs and whatnot. It's not really a question, just kind of like want your thoughts on this. It's just something I realized. Like if you go back to like 70s music, even if
Mhm.
it's soul, rock music, really doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
seems like they did not care about the length of the song. It could have been a 30-minute song.
Oh,
All
yeah.
they cared,
Yeah.
they're going
Yeah.
to put it on there. Now in 2022, you have songs where they're a minute and 33 seconds long, and that's the song, you know?
Yeah, that's
So,
crazy.
like, I'm just curious of, your thoughts on that evolution of just the time length of the music.
Well, from what I've noticed about the time length of music is there's this group of people that um, feel like they want to make music for like an Instagram or a reel, so they want it to be that, that length. I remember talking to this guy who was like, I'm gonna make a whole album where it's just songs that are this long, so I can put them on, this these Instagram things, and they'll be listening to the whole song. And so, I feel like that has a little bit to do with why people are doing that, and they believe that, attention spans are shorter and, whatever. But I don't know. I'm not into that. I like to listen to full ass songs, and like whether it's if I'm enjoying a song, I do want it to last for a long time. You know what I mean? I have no problem if the song's, 5 minutes or 8 minutes or 12. If I like the song, I like the song, and I want to keep listening to it. As long as it's makes sense to be that long. It's not just long for no reason. There's a difference. If it's taking you on a journey and it needs to be that long, then that's fine. Nobody's complaining about how long Bohemian Rhapsody is because it had to be that long. You know what I mean? So it just depends on the song, and if it serves the songs. There are songs that I've done that are shorter, because it didn't need anything else, so it all depends on the song.
I think
But
it's interesting. My fault.
no, I was gonna say, but the 1.5 minute stuff is just like maybe an interlude. Yeah.
I think it's interesting just to see like the outside world things that affect music that has nothing to do with music. So in this case, like the
Yeah.
algorithm is kind of affecting
Uh-huh.
like the algorithm of
Yeah,
like
isn't that
TikTok
weird?
or Instagram.
Yeah.
And but I don't think that's anything new. I think that the algorithm is new, but just things affecting the way that music may come out, the lengths
Mhm.
of it, because you go back to the 70s, a lot of those just psychedelic rock songs. They're on drugs. They're on acid. They're not thinking
Oh,
about any time length at all. They're just
yeah,
letting a
no.
conscious free thought go. But the same way
Yeah.
the algorithm is affecting music today, I feel like acid affected, the way that music came out, the
Yeah.
time length, because I feel like if somebody's on acid, the song might be a little longer just because their
Yeah.
subconscious stream of thought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're in it. They're in it for sure. And each little thing that happens, they're probably marinating in that for a length of time, and then they go on to the next thing. There's no rush to get to anything. It's not like all these things happening, fast cut rap videos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like how people are making music now.
It's crazy
Some
because
people, not everybody, but
you,
yeah.
you say you have ADD, or ADD might kick in. Do you ever find yourself, not even just with the short songs, but do you ever find yourself kind of like, I don't know, like getting caught up in, I don't know if it's a trend or if it's something like an algorithm that you kind of have to snap out of it because you may see it so much. You may see it on your Instagram so much that, or you may see it in music so much that you may get sucked into it, but you have to like back out and be like, okay, that's not me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I use Instagram enough. I like as you probably noticed, I don't follow anybody, so my stream is nothing. And all I use it for is I mean the same way that you were messaging me on there. I just like go and check the messages and be like, heart stuff if people are mentioning and saying, or asking questions like, "Oh, what's up with the show?" I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you can get in. It's 21 plus," or
Yeah.
whatever it is. So I use it more as a communication with fans and just to post, whatever I have going on. It's just like an information central for myself. I don't use it as like a scrolling thing. I remember years ago I would just mindlessly scroll. We would be on tour and I would just scroll and I'd be like, I'm wasting so much time doing this. And so I unfollowed everybody and I was like, there was nothing to scroll through. So I was like, oh, perfect. Now I never check it. I only check it to see if there's messages that I need to answer. And Twitter, the same thing. Like I do like the trending on Twitter I use kind of like to see what's going on in the world, but
Yeah.
you know, usually there's not a lot on there besides like, we're all going to die of coronavirus. We're all going to die of coronavirus. So it's like, I don't even check that anymore, So, yeah, I can't say that infiltrates me at all, that stuff. Just, I want to make what I would like to hear myself, if I was listening and hope that somebody feels the same way.
Well, I guess since we know you're not mindlessly scrolling on social media, you're not making music. Like, what are you? Like, what are you doing? Just like fill time hobbies, or is it TV?
Um,
What are you doing?
uh, I I don't know. I don't really have hobbies, but on like on Sundays I do like my I work on my yard.
You have a nice yard, like a nice little garden.
Yeah. I've been working on it for a couple of years or so, and plants are getting good. Some of them, it sucks because when I leave on tour, some of them don't make it, which is unfortunate. But I try to even figure out a time when I can come back in the middle of the tour just to like give them what they need and stuff because they're living things and stuff. But you know, it happens. Some of them don't make it, or they got to be brought back to life, and I'll do
Are
it.
you doing any like fruits or anything like that?
I got kumquats back here. I got avocados in the front. I have lemons, limes. What else we got? I got a plum tree, which I've only ever got one plum off yet because it's still a baby. And what else do I got? I think that's it for as far as fruit. I got mint in the front, which is nice. I used to have like onions, but I think I cut them off because I was using them because it was so easy to just like cut the green onions. So I'm waiting for them to be in season again. But yeah,
So you're like a whole food basically.
yeah. Why not? Organic,
Nah, that's pretty
right?
cool. And hey, I mean, speaking of
Yeah.
freaking Secret Garden, beautiful song.
Oh yeah. That gets me into. That's that's kind of like I used that the knowledge of like gardening to
Hmm.
use terms and think about it as a metaphor. It's another thing when I was saying that like everything in my life will come back to music, you know what I mean? It's like, oh shit, I can use this knowledge now to make like this amazing metaphor because I understand these things a little better,
I
you
think
know?
that's cool. I feel like my favorite songwriting, or one of my favorite styles of songwriting, is when people are referencing things that are like personalized to them.
Hmm.
So like
Yeah.
you personalizing like the garden, that's like something that you like you love to do that.
Yeah.
You can take care of
Yeah.
the garden, you make a song about it. I think that's
Yeah.
super cool. I
Yeah.
love when people do things like that, and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, just kind of like, because I feel like the cool thing about music is that you could hear people different perspective.
Hmm.
They could be talking about the same. They could
Yeah.
be a song about television, but
Hmm.
if people really write from their own perspective, those songs would be very different because not everybody thinks the same. So I think that's really cool that
Exactly.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that Secret Garden was actually based on your real life garden. That's pretty cool.
Well, no, it's not that it's based on the garden. It's just like it's infiltrating the knowledge that you have about gardening to make a metaphor that can mean, something else.
Yeah.
Because like if I was making a song about trying to make a metaphor about a TV to make, and I didn't know anything about TVs, it's gonna be a shitty metaphor. You know
Mm,
what I mean? So if I know about gardening and I'm like, oh shit, I can like make all these things make sense to like mean something else,
yeah.
and just use the gardening as a metaphor and make these parallels. It's it's a fun thing to do, and it's it's very, it makes stuff more interesting and more complex, and I love it.
Well, one thing that I do know that you also do, I guess, in your spare time are the live streams. I was curious of what
Yeah.
sparked up the live streams. I see you. That's a thing now.
Yeah, no, I've been doing it every week. Or almost every week. So on tour, I missed a couple. But I don't know, I just felt like checking in with the fans and it's fun. It gets me to be more social too because I can really go into my bubble and like
Mm.
not talk to anybody or anything for, months at a time easily. So I think it gets me out of that, even though it's on the internet and stuff and I'm talking to a screen, at least I'm, engaging, you know?
No, I mean, I feel like I've watched quite a bit of them, and people seem to love them.
Yeah.
I'm always interested to see what you're gonna have on. You had the nice turtleneck on last time. I
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed the
I,
turtleneck.
I didn't dress up today.
Hey,
It's
we're
a
we're twinning
weekend.
today. We're twinning today. Both
We're,
plain
do, we're
white.
doing we're doing the white tees.
No, I think that that's cool because, like you said, you're already not on social media like that, so
Yeah.
people are seeing you. So I feel like fans that want to keep up, they could just tap in with you on the
Yeah.
live stream or whatnot. And like I said,
Exactly.
they're always fun, like cool live
Yeah.
streams. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's
It's
pretty cool. I
it's
think that's
fun
pretty cool.
to, just get on, talk my shit and, have fun.
No, for sure, man. I have to talk about maybe I don't know if it's my favorite song on the album. I do really like the song. I think my favorite song has to be "What Did I Get Myself Into?" just because that gets stuck in
Yeah.
my head all the time. But the song that has my favorite melody, "Guilty Conscious." It's the
Oh,
part on I think it's like the bridge where you say, and
don't
if
you
time
waste my time, baby. That one?
not that part. The
Oh,
part with
okay.
the could it be what did you say? Like, and if time is just secondhand of love, that part right there.
Oh, that's Don't Make Me Change.
That's
Yeah,
Don't Make
yeah.
Me Change. You're right. That's Don't Make Me
Oh,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the video just came out with that yesterday, right? I watched it. Cool. Hey, you got
Yes.
the little
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
glasses.
yeah.
Love that video. But yes,
Yeah.
that I love that melody. I don't know why, but it
That
sticks in the head
that
all
bridge,
the time.
yeah. No, I that's a good one. Yeah, that felt I was excited when that came together, that bridge, because bridges are exciting in general because you get to like go somewhere else with the song, and when it works like that, you're like, damn, this is nice. It came together amazingly and feels natural, but new at the same time. So it's yeah, I'm a fan of that melody and those chords under that too. It came together great. It was Yuki who plays bass on that song.
Mm.
I had the ooze before it starts, the ooh, and then he picked up a guitar while he was listening to it, and he just started playing those chords, and I was like, oh shit, play that shit, because I just had like the Rhodes playing it, and they were doing like the I'm trying to think if I left that in or not. I might have just took them out and just kept it the guitar, but I just had those Rhodes playing the chords, and then he started playing the guitar over it. I was like, oh shit, we got to record that. And so he played that acoustic guitar, and that kind of brought a new inspiration on it, and to make me think of the singing melody. So yeah, it came together nice.
I'm always curious because I've actually heard like different answers to this on like so just specifically like that little melody, that little small bridge melody. How do you come up with that? Is that just you hear it and you start freestyling in your head, or are you actually sitting down thinking about it? Like how do melodies like that come together for you?
Melodies, yeah, it's most of the time it's freestyling. You're just, for me, I just mumble words, and then maybe sometimes they make a word, and then you try to put words in place of that, or you just do the melody and you're like, all right, now how do I make these words make sense with the rest of the song? Or if you haven't started the song yet, it can be whatever, which is, you know, when you just try to maybe match what you're mumbling.
Mm.
Because you're like, oh, you're mumbling something, and there might be an O sound or a
Yeah.
E sound or an A sound, and then you're like, okay, what word has a O? Like dough, like whatever.
Came
So
out good. It came
yeah,
out, like I said, that's something that sticks in my head all the time. So, and the
yeah,
video, I just watched the video. I don't know why I thought it was guilty conscious, but I just watched the video when it dropped yesterday, right?
yeah. Well, day before, I think.
Day before.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
watched it one of those days, and
yeah.
great video, man. I like the little I don't know if there was
Oh, the
like
goggles.
yeah, little goggles. Those are really
Yeah,
cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah. With the lights.
The
Yeah.
way that was shot, like the way that I'm assuming there was like different. I don't know if those are different editing type of things or were different on shot on different cameras, but it's like different scenes that look different from each other, just the way that it's shot. And it's beautiful, man. Like you
Yeah,
know where you're
yeah.
pinned to the where you're pinned to the sand or whatever.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like the way
yeah.
that shot is much different from the one where you're with the red goggles in the dark room. So it's a beautiful
Yeah, yeah,
video.
yeah.
I love that video.
Yeah. The guys did that video there that shot it. They had a film camera, so we shot that on film, and you can tell the difference between, something shooting like that and something that's like on a digital camera. I feel like it really helped the idea because it made it a little more like I don't know what the word is, like just more like old horror film kind of thing, a little bit.
It looked
Just
like it was gonna be a snuff film. I thought someone was gonna die. I was like, this
yes,
looks
yeah,
crazy.
exactly. Just like yeah, a grimy old, you know, uh, almost campy horror film, but not.
It's funny you say like a horror film because when I seen you with those red goggles and the way you're dressed, I'm like, I feel like this should be used in a movie. Just like those goggles, like I feel like that would be like a cool shot in the movie. Like just see
Yeah,
like a
right.
serial killer wearing that or something. Bro, this guy's insane.
Yeah, no, but the funny thing is that I got that idea from this movie that I saw where it was this I think it was like this Japanese movie or it might have been like in Indonesian or something and it's about this guy who his son turns into a gorilla and he's just always in the shadows and he all you can see is the red eyes
Mm.
and he's always just like because he doesn't want to come out and show because he's like he turned into a gorilla so he used to be human and so he's like he's ashamed that now he's an animal now and all you can ever see is he's in the corner with his eyes and you're like oh I saw that image and I was like oh man that's such a great idea because it's so simple but it's so effective at the same time that he's just in the shadows and there's these eyes glaring out at you and it's so mysterious and you're like I was thinking technically like so all you did really was put these red lights on your eyes but it looks so crazy like so mysterious and shit and I was like I want to use that in a different way and so I used it for this.
Now that's hard. I that reminds me of this. It's a book called Metamorphosis by this author named Frank Kafka from like the
Yeah,
50s or something, and it's kind of the same thing. Instead of turning into a what do you say? He turns a bear or
he
what is it?
turned a gorilla.
Gorilla.
Yeah.
Yeah. He turned into a bug, and
Oh shit.
it's very
Oh
disgusting.
wait, did they make a movie about this with
Jeff Goldblum made it.
yes.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
basically an
okay.
interpretation of that. So yeah,
Yeah.
the original is it's like they made a movie before Fly about it as well, and it's very
Yeah.
disgusting. It's like a big bug and he's hiding under the bed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
not a
yeah.
pretty thing.
Yeah.
What you're talking about sounds cool. That movie I watched.
No, yeah. I got to
Genuinely.
figure out what the name of it was. It was like something like the afterlife of Mr. something or I'll find out what it's called
Let me see if
and
I can
I'll let
Google
you
that real
know.
quick. The Afterlife
Yeah, the
of
afterlife of of something. It was either Indonesian or Japanese film or something Eastern. I know, but
and his son turned into a gorilla, is what you're saying.
yeah, his son. Yeah, he left as I don't know if it was a kid or something, and he went into the woods, and then he just became a gorilla, and I don't maybe he got bit by one or
Hmm.
something, or I'm trying to remember.
I
It
typed
was a
in movie
while
where
back.
son turns into a gorilla and Tarzan popped up. So I don't think you're gonna find it right now.
Yeah, no, that's not the one.
That's super duper funny. But
Yeah.
But no, like I said, that was a good catch by you to remember that and try to get the
Yeah,
gospel
it just
down
stuck
pat.
out to me, man. It was a great movie, you know. So I was like, I just started with that idea, and I was like, now let's build from that, you know.
Got you, got you.
And
If anybody in the
I,
comments know the movie, comment that. So
yeah, right. And so I don't remember. There was another thing that made me think of the like putting the light on the mouth. I don't remember what it was. I feel like I saw that from an old reference as well, but maybe it was just an idea. But it's fun to use references that you of things that you see from old films and stuff to make videos. I mean, I do it all the time. I use references are very important when trying to make videos and images and all of that stuff. I
hey,
mean, it's the same thing with music. When you're producing something and you're like, oh, I love this guitar tone in this song, so let me pull up this song because I want to get something similar to this guitar tone, which is like the Love to You, the guitar lead in there. I pulled up like I don't know which song it was, but from Dark Side of the Moon. I maybe Time was the song, or one of those two, but there's this guitar lead part in one of the songs, and I was like, damn, I want my guitar to sound like that.
mm,
And so I would pull it up and I would A/B it and try to get the EQ to be similar and listen to like what effects did they use. And there's a little delay on there, so let me put a little delay on this guitar. And so you use those references in music as well when you're making stuff. So it's very similar to making music videos.
when you're talking about old movie references, old music references, and incorporating them, you've been making music for like a little minute now. Would you say that
Yeah.
you have any ideas that you haven't used yet because maybe you want to use them in the future, or maybe it's just not the right time, that you've been storing, or like when you have an idea, you usually implement them in that album?
Yeah. When I got an idea, I usually implement it for sure. Like I don't hold on to things unless I forget about them,
Yeah.
and then maybe they come up later where I'm like, oh shit, I wanted to do this one time,
Mhm.
but I never did. Maybe I should do it on this thing.
A random, but you say so me
What
think
up?
of something. I had that recently. And like when I was in high school, I made a mixtape about big girls, right?
Mm.
And I remember wanting to have a church choir sing a song, and I was going to have like basically this church choir with me throughout the whole album and have them sing songs about big girls.
Damn.
But I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to find this. So fast forward to like 2019, 2020, when I seen Kanye traveling with his church service group that
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
songs, I was like, yo, I remember I wanted to do that. So just that
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of like it kind of years later it probably popped back on you like, oh, I want to do that. So
yeah, yeah, for sure,
I
man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we would all want a choir and a song at some point or another. It's just like finding one. You know what I mean? You got to be real deep in the church to be finding a choir like that, or you just got to have a lot of coin.
you are right about that.
Right?
Is there a song on this album that I don't know, maybe we haven't talked about that like really touches you, or is a favorite song on your on the albums like right now, or
Um, I mean, we already talked about Secret Garden. That's one of my favorites on the album. Heals Me, I really liked. Just because it was something different than I had ever done before, like just making a piano and nothing else really, no
you were
drums.
singing on that? You were
Yeah,
singing
thank you,
on that one.
thank
That
you.
was good.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we got it all.
Sure. Hey, well, I don't want to keep for too long. Anything else you got to say for the people watching out there? Let it be known.
um, I don't know. Get, I'll come join the YouTube live streams next time I do them, and I had fun today. It was good to do this chat with young God.
Hey, man. Hopefully next album we could do another one. I feel like you got
Sounds good.
Velvet, you got this next album. Is there kind of like I don't know. Like, was there a reason that Velvet in this kind of was like a kind of longer? It was a long gap. Like, is that going to be the norm now, or
No, it was the pandemic.
okay?
Yeah, I like with all that was going on in the world. I mean, I kind of feel like everybody was like just kind of taking a break from because we were all preoccupied with that, and I was like, I'm not going to release my music right now with all that's going on in the world, especially if it's not about that. If
Yeah.
maybe if I was making like music about that and it was like a statement, then you would want to release it at that time. But it was like I don't want to like, and it gave me more time to work on it, and actually songs that wouldn't have been on the album were created in that time, so
Mm.
it worked out.
Okay, man. Can't wait for the next album. For everybody watching, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters are gonna hate, players are gonna play, and you guys holler at your boy.